What's up everybody, it's now topic number 28 and of course I never made the topic in a very long time, so I'm going to make a return. Of course, just for information, I'm not in Japan, this is just my pajamas for the night, and since it looks good, I might as well put it in this video. So for today's topic, I'm going to be talking about why people no longer commit to long-term rewards. So you may be questioning, what is this question about? So basically, I'm going to look into the reasons why people no longer want to wait for rewards that will be given on a long-term effect. Instead, look for short-term rewards and blessings that just goes off very quickly. So let's begin. Now, first of all, if you were to get a reward which you have to wait for a very long term, you will need to have patience. So let's start to look from the upbringing of a person. Now obviously, when we grow up at home, our parents play a role to educate us on the various values that we need to learn when we grow up. And one of these values is patience. And obviously, many kids today, from my observation, they do not have much patience at all. Let me explain to you why. A kid wants something, the parent doesn't give, the kid whines and cries, boom, they get it. See, they don't have to wait. Even inappropriate behavior is already being rewarded by the parents. So what does this mean? Patience is not trained or built inside that child. So as the child grows up, they'll only look at things that they can get short term instead of the things that they can get after a long-term commitment to a certain thing, task, team, group, or anything that needs a long-term commitment. What people don't realize today is that many things that when you wait for when you wait or commit for a longer term, rewards are very big, which is why companies give very good awards to employees who commit for a very long time. However, many youngsters today love to crave for salary, monthly salary, which is why they jump ship every now and then. Of course, when you first come out to a job, it is quite normal to jump ship because you're younger and you want to take every single opportunity that comes your way. However, some people, even at the age of 40, 30 something, they're still looking at why people are earning bigger bucks in other companies on the same post as them, but they never even thought that when you keep on jumping ship, no one's going to pay you much. Imagine, you go into a new company. And just to let you know today, many companies today do not pay new employees a lot of money unless you are a very high post. But even if you join a company with a high post, some companies will not allow you to be at a high post. It's because you only joined, you are just a new person, and you don't know you don't have enough experience and knowledge on how the company works, which is why many people who are even directors would only join a company as a manager and they do not get higher pay. This is in another way awarding people who work through the ranks in the company to achieve that role, which is why directors who worked up the ranks in the same company get higher pay. One thing is they stay longer, so as the salary continues to add on, it becomes a bigger number. But another reason why you may think is that it's a reward for their commitment. Every company would want to choose employees that they can have for a longer time. However, nowadays, it's not as so. Of course, if you're working in certain companies like moving on in logistics, sorry about my tongue, or other fields, this is quite a scenario, but not when you're in sports. In sports, especially younger athletes, they've been overhyped, which is why you see many youngsters today now watch sports, and those who particularly follow sports expect that in their life they will be given the similar thing, which is wrong. The sports industry has already misguided youngsters today into thinking that as long as they push for a new club or they act whiny and want to like get out of the club, or they force an exit from the club, they will be paid for contract terminations, of course a certain percentage only, and to be moving on with a big transfer fee. But youngsters who are this mentality, please get your brain straight. You are not an athlete, and plus, many sports clubs today are already money-minded. They are using money to solve things, which is why you see football clubs or many sports clubs cannot find long-term replacements for their older legends, because their older legends crave the passion for the club and the sport instead of the money, which is another reason I'm going to bring in on why people cannot commit to a long-term reward. It's because people crave money. Many times when they see a higher offer right in front of them, they say yes, but they never thought that if they stayed longer in the same place, their reward is going to be multiplied, and on the long term, it's going to be a huge number. Of course, I'm excluding companies who don't treat their workers well. That is an exception, because not paying the workers well and not giving them bonuses, of course, if the company is running a loss, then it's not reasonable. But if your company is earning profit and yet not giving bonuses, not to say even bonus, even if you don't give that little bit of a pay raise, is something wrong. But that is another case scenario. But if you want to talk about companies who know how to treat their workers, they give you pay raises every now and then, commit. Do your math. Many times, a short-term huge increment is still less than a long-term lump sum, which is really that simple. So I'm focusing my ideas mostly on the working environment because of my age. But if you have any problems, you can consult your parents or any adults around you. Of course, I may be wrong because I'm speaking based on my experience and my opinions, and I don't expect everyone to agree as well because everybody has a different mindset. So this is my opinions on why people cannot commit to long-term awards, which brings me to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.